Hi, friends. It's me, Christiana Gaudet, your tarot fairy godmother. I am here with your March TarotScopes. This month, I'm using the very beautiful Spirit Within Tarot by Stephen Bright. It's published by Red Feather, Mind, Body, Spirit from Schiffer Books, a sponsor of StarCon. So here's how this works. I will do 3 cards for each sign. Go ahead and find your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. That way you get a 9-card reading for the month of March 2023. Check your own out and check out those of your friends and the people that you care about. Thank you so much for being here on this channel. Please like this video, leave a comment, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. Aries, it might be your birthday this month. Here's what we have for you for March 2023. We have the 4 of Cups, the Knight of Swords reversed, and the Queen of Swords. It's so interesting that you have 2 cards from the Swords court, one reversed, one upright. And the higher one is the one that's upright. So this speaks to higher thought. If your mind goes off wandering into a negative place this month, and with the 4 of Cups, it really might, bring it back. Use your logic, use your integrity, use your ability to nurture yourself, to keep yourself in a positive frame of mind, but do not succumb to your own or other people's falsehoods. So you want to avoid negativity, but you also need to be able to face the truth. And that's the difficulty inherent in the 4 of Cups, because there is this whole question there, do you want what you're being offered? Do you want what you have? Do you want anything at all? Do you want something different? And the Queen tells you to take some time to figure it out. This is a month where you really need to think about that. Think about who you are, how you want to present to the world, what you want in your life, and how you're going to get it, and be willing to wait for it. The Knight of Swords, especially when reversed, wants everything quickly, and things are not necessarily going to come quickly, and you've got to be okay with that. Now, there's also something really important here about communication. The Knight of Swords, very specifically, when reversed, is not communicating well and does not necessarily speak the truth. The Queen of Swords speaks the truth, but sometimes in a harsh way, and the 4 of Cups is just in a bad mood. So be careful about how you communicate with people that you care about. Try to soften your tone, but definitely speak your truth. Now, sometimes the 4 of Cups can speak to boundaries that it's okay to say no. It's okay to say, no, I don't want any of those things. But again, make sure that what you're saying no to, you really do want to say no to that thing. And make sure you do it in a wise way and in a kind way. Taurus, here we have 3 cards for your March 2023. And there's an overwhelming message here to know your truth, to be happy, to look to the positive, to speak your truth, but to do it in a way that brings light, not darkness. We have the Sun, the 5 of Pentacles reversed, and the King of Swords. The King of Swords wants you to be a leader of integrity, of doing the right thing, of communication, of truth. The 5 of Pentacles reversed tells you to seek opportunity even when you feel opportunity does not exist. The 5 of Pentacles and the King, when reversed, and the King of Swords together really talk about using your intellect to discern where truth is, where opportunity is, where the things that can move you forward can be found, and to have faith in your ability to find those things. The Sun is arguably the happiest card in the deck. It tells you that you have a real opportunity to shine. And these cards together ask you to look at the times and the places where you don't feel like shining, where you feel like people don't give you space to shine, where you feel like people don't see you or don't acknowledge you. Recognize that a lot of those feelings of not being seen or not being acknowledged may have to do with your history, may have to do with something inside you, and may not reflect the truth. Let the truth be that opportunities are there for you, that you have the ability and the opportunity to be happy, that you have skills that people see, and that you have light that shines for others. But there is a warning here as well. Make sure that as you are allowing yourself to shine, that you allow others to shine as well. And make sure that as you shine a light on yourself, you also turn that light to help others. This is a spread for the month that does focus on your own truth, your own light, and your own well-being. But those things are only as good as your ability is to share them. Hey Gemini, what interesting cards we have for you this month. The Seven of Pentacles reversed, the Knight of Cups reversed, and the Page of Wands upright. 2 court cards and 2 reversed cards. Now with the 2 court cards, pay attention to the people in your life and to the relationships in your life. With the 2 reversed cards, you may be feeling a little out of balance, a little out of sorts. It's not a bad thing to have reversals, but you do want to think about looking at things from a different perspective and what in your life may be feeling like too much and what in your life may be feeling like not enough. Now, with the Knight of Cups reversed and the Seven of Pentacles reversed, what do we have here? Love and money, love and career. Arguably the most important things in life. And in each case, there may be something going on where you're not entirely happy. It is a good time to think about what is your level of satisfaction with your relationship situation, such as it is, with your job or career or daily activities, such as that might be. Is it time to make a change? Is it time to set wheels in motion to make a change? Is it time to have a conversation with someone about what could make things better for you? And with both of these cards, there may be some reticence to that. There may be some desire where you're afraid to have those hard conversations. These cards encourage you to have the conversations with the appropriate people to talk about what's not making you happy and to offer suggestions about what could fix that and to go out seeking for what you want. If that's a new job, a new career, a new relationship, it's a good month to consider going out to seek for these things, even if you're afraid to do that. Now, the Page of Wands reminds you to have some fun, reminds you to honor your inner child, reminds you to explore your creativity, reminds you to be a student of life always, reminds you to be physically active, to play games, to have fun, and if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, to enjoy the coming spring. The overall message is with the things in your life that you're not happy with, find joy in the moment and do not be afraid to go in search of solutions. No matter how old or young you are always a student of life. You are always learning and you are always creating. Hey, Cancer, here's what you need to remember this month. Even if there is grief, even if there is difficulty, you will always come out on top. You will always heal. You will always have vision for the future that is true and positive. And you will always be able to create, manifest, finagle your own success. These cards are really mixed, and it's important to recognize this. You could have some ups and downs this month. But the advice with the Five of Cups reversed is clear. Stay positive. When we see the Five of Cups reversed and the Ten of Swords together, we know there may be some real pain and some real difficulty. But we also recognize that you may be susceptible to a certain amount of negative self-talk. And that also means that if you try it, you could be equally susceptible to positive self-talk. Speak kindly to yourself about yourself. If there's something difficult going on, allow yourself space for grief, but do not be unkind in the way you think about yourself and talk about yourself. With the Three of Wands, we see your real opportunity for success. The Three of Wands speaks of success right here, right now. So even in the face of difficulty, even in the face of grief, even in the face of overwhelm, there are things going on in your life right now that are good. And it's important to hold space for the good and the bad, for the difficult and for the things that make you happy, and for your vision for the future, where you can see things getting better and where you can plant the seeds for things to get better even now. So hold space for yourself when there is pain. Be aware of the things that are upsetting. But as much as possible, do not lean into the upset. Lean into optimism and lean into the very real success that you are currently having and that you will have going forward. Okay, Leo, all three cards are reversed for you this month. That's not a bad thing, but be aware that you might be feeling a little ungrounded, and be aware that it's good to avoid extreme thinking this month. So what do we have? The Five of Pentacles reversed, the Ten of Wands reversed, and Justice reversed. With the Five of Pentacles reversed, look for new opportunities of all kinds. With the Ten of Wands reversed, you need to wonder, are you carrying some emotional baggage, things from the past that you really don't need to carry anymore? Are you taking on responsibilities that really aren't yours? This could be a good time to let those kinds of things go. The Ten of Wands reversed can also remind you that you're not alone. You have friends around you. You have people who care about you. You can ask for help if you need it. Now, Justice reversed. I don't have a positive spin for that one. You could truly be feeling treated unfairly. There could be some real things in your life that are out of balance. You could be concerned about fairness for yourself or for others on a personal level, on a global level, on a community level. There may be some things going on that do not feel right for you. Now, here's the thing. When we look at that in terms of the Five of Pentacles reversed, think about opportunities to make things right, opportunities to make things better. When we think about Justice reversed in terms of the Ten of Wands reversed, remember this. There may have been people who have treated you badly. That does not mean that everyone's going to treat you badly. Do not paint everyone with the same broad brush. It also means that you may be carrying some real wounds from times in the past that you were treated badly. Learn from these things, but allow yourself to heal from these things. It may mean that there were times when you looked for opportunities and found none. That there were times when you looked for friends and found none. And now you may feel like, well, what's the point? What's the point of looking for opportunity? What's the point of looking for friends? Well, because then and now are two different things. Do not assume that the past will dictate the present or the future. So correct what must be corrected, but look for good opportunities and good friends this month. Hey, Virgo, look what we've got for you. 3, count them, 1, 2, 3 major arcana cards. What does that mean? This month, pay attention. Pay attention to the way spirit is moving in your life. Pay attention for big opportunities, for major positive change. Pay attention to your own healing this month. We have the Star, the Devil reversed, best way for the Devil to present, and the Fool. Remember your inner child. Be willing to take risks for things that will move you forward. With the Devil, be ready to release the things that no longer serve you, to let go of attachments, to heal. This is a good month. If you need a diet, it's a good month for a diet. If you need to break a bad habit, it's a good month to do that. If you need to let go of a relationship that no longer serves you, good month for that. And all of this is supported by the Star. The Star is a card of hope, most certainly, but even more, a card of real healing. It is heaven's healing light poured upon the earth in great abundance. It is the beginning of your journey towards spiritual enlightenment. There is so much in these cards that reminds you that life is a journey, not a destination. And yet, when we look at your journey, the goal is clear. It's healing. It's letting go of what you no longer want to carry with you. And it's having fun, allowing yourself the ability to enjoy the life that is yours. And maybe there have been some difficulties, some things that have gotten in the way of that enjoyment in the past. Now, this is not to say that it's going to be all unicorns and rainbows this month and going forward forever. Of course not. This is life on planet Earth. But there is something here that opens up for real opportunity. However, in order to take advantage of this, you must be willing to release what you must release. You must be willing to take the leap of faith in yourself, in others, and in your path, to have that faith and to act on that faith, even when it feels scary. And you know what? Healing is scary. We give up a lot when we heal. And sometimes we resist that. Please, this month, do not resist your healing. Hey, Libra, here we go. 3 cards for your March 2023. Libra, you're an air sign and you have 2 air cards here. So that's great. That's very auspicious for your month. It reminds you to really be yourself, and to be yourself is one who speaks the truth, learns the truth, and employs logic. We have the 6 of Swords, card of improvement, forward motion, and logic. We have the Page of Swords, card of communication and the student. Be open to learning. And if you're thinking about going to school, this is a good month to make those plans. And remember that with the Page of Swords, writing is always indicated. If you happen to be a writer, this is a good card for that. And clear, concise, honest communication. Now, the Sun, 1 major arcana card, and what a card it is. You know, all of this is about moving toward what makes you happy, what makes you shine, what makes you feel good on the inside and on the outside. What are the gifts that you have that feel good to use, that you want to use for the benefit of others. That's what you want to be thinking about this month. How can you look at your skills? How can you look at your brain, your integrity, your ability to communicate, and use these things not only to move yourself forward, but to promote your own happiness? Do not be afraid. Don't be afraid to be happy. Don't be afraid to show your happiness to others. And maybe most importantly, don't be afraid to succeed. There is so much in these cards that points directly to your opportunity, not only for happiness, but for success. Now, with the Six of Swords, we recognize that there could have been some difficulty in the past. Okay, I could say that about anyone and have that be true. But this month, you have the opportunity to release that difficulty, to move forward in a new way, to use your intelligence and your communication skill to allow that forward motion. So see that, know that, and believe not only in improvement, but in real happiness. My fellow Scorpios, here's what we've got for the month of March 2023. Six of Swords, 10 of Swords reversed, King of Wands reversed. 2 reversed cards, 2 swords cards. So if you're feeling a little out of sorts this month, that's okay. If you're feeling a little ungrounded this month, that's okay too. The Six of Swords reminds us to use logic and to be strategic. We know how to be strategic, don't we? The Six of Swords tells us that we are moving forward, that we are sailing towards smoother waters. And you know, if you put these 3 cards together, it's really about healing. The 10 of Swords reversed asks us to heal from negative self-talk, asks us to heal from the wounds of negative things other people have said and done. And again, that Six of Swords just wants us to keep moving forward. Don't get stuck in the past. The King of Wands reversed asks an important question. Where are your talents? Where are your passions? Where is your creativity? Where is your motivation? And have you been feeling that some of these things are lacking? Because the truth is, you have all of this. You've got passion. You've got creativity. You've got leadership ability. You've got leadership desire. You've got motivation. And yet, recently, maybe you're just not feeling it. Maybe you're feeling a little bit stuck. So, if you're feeling uninspired, this month, find your inspiration. It might be being inspired by someone else's creativity. It might be starting a new creative project yourself. It might be finding a mentor. It might be about just doing something fun, something that gets you out of the ordinary and out of your rut. This month is all about healing for you and all about moving forward. But you cannot be your own worst enemy and still do those things. Let go of hurts from the past. Let go of negative self-talk. Allow yourself space to heal, but do not get mired in your emotions. And do not let lack of motivation or lack of energy keep you from doing the things you know you need to do this month. Sagittarius, what an interesting month we have for you. The Knight of Wands, the Empress reversed, and the Three of Cups reversed. So there may be some family issues that you're dealing with. There may be some issues with friends, some social issues. You may need to find new people to hang out with, to do the things that you enjoy doing. The Knight of Wands tells you, and you're a Sagittarius, so you're fire, and the Knight of Wands is fire. So you got to pursue your inner fire. You've got to pursue the things you're passionate about. Whatever it is, whatever you enjoy, whatever is creative for you, whatever feeds your soul, that's what you must pursue. And you might find that the things that sing to your soul are different from some of the people around you. That doesn't make them bad. That doesn't make you bad. It just means you need to find the people that you really vibe with. Now, it may be that what felt fun for you in the past does not feel fun for you now. And with the Empress reversed and the Three of Cups reversed, it is okay to say no to parties, to family gatherings that you really don't want to go to. It's okay to have boundaries. It's okay to say no. With the Empress reversed, there may be ways that you have not been feeling like you have what you need. That could be on a very practical level or on an emotional level. You have to figure out what it is you need and how you're going to go get it. You have to be responsible for that. There may, this month, specifically be an issue having to do with your mother. If your mother is in spirit, this is a good month to really spend some time in spiritual communication with her. If she is living, maybe it's time to have a visit, or maybe it's very specifically time to not have a visit, depending on your relationship there and what you need to do to nurture yourself. But remember, the Empress reversed is also about your own ability to create abundance. And you may be feeling that you have not been as abundant in your resources or as productive as you would like to be. This month, I think you can solve that. I think you can figure out how to be more productive, not only this month, but setting yourself up for the months and years to come. Hey, Capricorn, look what we have for you for March. The Two of Swords, the Emperor reversed, and the Ace of Swords. So I love this Ace of Swords, Two of Swords thing we got going on here. What a great month to have wonderful ideas, to start new projects, to initiate difficult conversations, to talk to people you haven't spoken to before, maybe to make new friends. Think of all the possibilities. This is not a month where you have to start something and finish something. You can start something and let it marinate for a while. Now, this is also an important month for decision making. You may find yourself in a process where you have to think very carefully about what you want to do, where you want to go, what is most important to you. The Emperor reversed is really interesting here. This could have to do with career. Perhaps you're not going where you want to go where career is concerned. It could have to do with some family stuff. There could be some family issues. And if you find yourself being the peacekeeper with friends and family, or friends or family, you can decide if you want to be in that role or not. Do not let people put you in that role. There may be ways that you're feeling a little destabilized. And you may even have some ideas, some new thing you would like to do that would destabilize you for a while. Decide if you can keep your balance and do it. This is not saying that you should or you shouldn't, but the opportunity might be there. And if you can, take a step that destabilizes you for a minute, but ultimately brings you forward, it might be worth doing. Now, it is very important this month to do what you say you're going to do. Don't make a commitment that you're not going to fulfill. Don't make a commitment that you're going to feel like you're going to have to back out on. And if you've already committed to something, follow through. You got to do what you say you're going to do. Now, if you find that you are in some situations that aren't working out for you, be strategic about how you get out of them. It may not be the month to make the change, but it may be the month to plan to make the change. Hey, Aquarius, look at this. You're an air sign and you have 2 air cards, 7 of Swords and King of Swords. We also have the 6 of Wands. What do I do with all of this? What I say is trust your success. Trust yourself to do the right thing. This month, you may have an opportunity to step into leadership. You may have the opportunity to be a good example in the face of dishonesty versus honesty. Do the right thing. Do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, but do the right thing because other people are watching. And it's not that we're worried that you're going to get caught not doing the right thing. It's that you have the ability to rise to leadership and to be a leader who communicates well, to be a leader who does the right thing. The 6 of Wands is a card of success. And this month, you have a real opportunity for success and for success that shows up as an example to others, but only if you choose to do the right thing instead of the wrong thing. And only if you trust yourself and trust yourself to be successful. Now, you really want to look at the people around you. It is possible that there are people around you who are perceived as being successful and perceived as being good, and they're not. It may be like an emperor's new clothes kind of situation. So you do not necessarily have to be the one to point out that the emperor has no clothes, metaphorically. But make sure you do not find yourself associated with people like this. Make sure that you put some distance between you and people that you know to be operating outside of integrity. It is okay and good to be competitive. It is especially good to compete against yourself, to always be the best that you can be. However, you will go further this month and in general if you are both competitive and cooperative. If you can celebrate your own success, but also celebrate the success of others. And let that be a mark to you. If you see people who are not able to celebrate your success or celebrate the success of others, those are people you want to stay away from. Hey, Pisces, what interesting cards we have for you. The 6 of Cups reversed, the 7 of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. The message for you for the month of March 2023 is time moves on. Some things stay the same. You've heard the expression, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Some things stay the same, some things don't. There's also an expression that says, memory improves on things. If you find yourself wishing that things were like they used to be, or like you remember them, or like you believe they used to be, if you are caught up in that kind of nostalgia, stop it. It wasn't as good as you're remembering it. It is important to get in touch with old friends. You may find yourself with an opportunity to see some people you haven't seen in a while, and that could be good. Now, there may be some issues this month with work or with money. It is important to work hard. However, if you find that things are not going well at work and you want to make a change, you might be able to use some of your networking skills, reaching out to people that you've known in the past that could help you get into a better new situation. This month, recognize that things really are improving, not just in general, but very specifically for you and very specifically right now. Think about your blessings. the things in your life that are good, and maybe most importantly, remember who you are. When we say that some things change and some things don't, the essence of who you are, the essence of who you have always been, remains with you. Remember who that is, and remember the things that you enjoy, the things that make you happy, the things you have always enjoyed. Do not be afraid to go back to doing something you used to do that gave you joy. We can't go back to the past, and the past was not as good as we remember. But the things that gave us joy in the past may also give us joy now and in the future. And so that's something that you want to pay attention to. And remember, too, that the seeds that you planted in the past, projects, friendships, goodwill that you built, these things will serve you well now and in the future. Friends, thank you for joining me for March TarotScopes. If you have a birthday this month, happy birthday to you. I hope you all have a fabulous March. And I hope that these TarotScopes help to guide you, give you something to think about, maybe help you avoid a problem. Please do like this video. Please leave a comment, share it with your friends. And if you're new here, please do subscribe and make sure you hit that bell. Remember, I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom, or if you happen to be local to me in my office in Palm City, Florida. Reach out to schedule something. I'll look forward to speaking with you, and I'll look forward to seeing you back here on my YouTube channel, where I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother.